This X-Blade surprised everyone. Samurai Caliber, the latest balance type release that actually isn't that bad. In this video, we're gonna be trying out Caliber against some of the best from Beyblade X's meta. So if you are new here and like bays that spin, make sure to like, subscribe, and comment your thoughts. And as well, make sure to check out Mall of Bays. We get our stock from Japan and we are Canadian based. We're also taking pre-orders for the new Soul Beyblade. Check it out. It's an optional way to support the channel. I appreciate any and all support regardless. So for why I picked this combination for Samurai Caliber, which is 770 kick. The Samurai Caliber blade is something that I think is pretty interesting when you look at it. It is a square on the top, then after way more circular on the bottom. So I tried to think, what could we do with this? Because I think for its attack power, it's not too bad. It also has a lot of nice stamina. So I actually settled on the ratchet for 770. The reason why this and not 760, I just feel like Caliber, I don't know if they can trade off too well against the other attackers. And what's nice about 770 is that not only is it good for, let's say, defense, but it's also good for attack because it's very thick and has a lot of good deflection for it. Paired up with a nice round shape of Samurai Caliber, it's going to be very nice to support that build, but we need a bit to help make it stand still and have good stamina near the end. So I'm going to be opting to do kick. What this bit is going to allow is for the end game to outspin a lot of its opponents and hopefully do pretty well. So for the first opponent, let's get it out of the way. It is Wizard Rod on 160 Hexa. This is like one of the most popular combinations to use. It has great stamina, great defensive properties. It'll come out of the pockets. Can we defeat the mighty Wizard Rod and live? We will find out. Huge shout out, by the way, to MDK for helping out with the testings. Rip. I told you! That's okay. Thank you for going in the pocket for me. Not you, Saber! Yo! The jump rip. Jump rip. I am gambling so hard right now. Don't rip. Don't rip. Rip. All right, now when we're looking at the results with Wizard Rod, it actually did do pretty good. I think something that really helped to its benefit was those 7 sides to help with a lot of the deflection, which caused it to get overall a lot of big wins, specifically on the extreme dashes, which was pretty nice. You are going to get hard outspun by this. This is obviously not the easiest way to defeat. That's why it's a very good benchmark to see how builds do against it. Overall, I think it is not too bad for what we're seeing here. Let's try Silver Wolf on 960 low orb. This is a very easy defense slash stamina combination that's supposed to destabilize the opponent and cause them to fall over. It's pretty nice at tanking. We'll see if it can do the job or if it will fall short, because it is short. That's the joke, huh? Did you rip? Do you rip? Ah! Beat on rip. Beat on rip. No! Fuck, that was so close. I'll take being OS by you. Oh? Holy shit, hey. Rip! Don't rip! Okay, goes to Silver Wolf.
I think you just have better stats. Oh no, never mind. Take it back.
2011. So with the results here, it's actually a little bit surprising. Silver Wolf's a little bit tricky to use just because, you know, you don't want to get KO'd. I do think it's a pretty nice build, but in the case of the results here, you'll notice that Silver Wolf got KO'd quite a bit indeed, and extremed. A little bit unfortunate. Obviously, you know, Silver Wolf can easily destabilize it and outspin it, but it gets KO'd quite a bit. So I guess potentially in a matchup like this, does this go to its build's favor, where it'll just knock out Silver Wolf and cause it just to stay down? So that's something that I think is going to be pretty interesting to look at if you're up against this build. Is it going to be guaranteed? No, but it's something cool just to look at. Now we're up against Hover Wyvern on 760 Rush. This is a pretty easy to use attack combination. It's very good because 760 gives the weight, helps with deflection. Rush just gives it that nice control, so it's easy to use. We'll see how it does. 3, 2, 1, rip. Don't rip. Oh, don't rip. Don't rip. 3, don't rip. 3, don't rip. Whoa! Okay, that was a crazy trade-off. Yo! I think that might be you, actually. Don't rip. Yo! 3, don't rip. Alrighty, now here's where things get interesting, because Hover Wyvern, I would say, actually did pretty good. I guess because Hover Wyvern has pretty high attack contact points, it just allowed it to really destabilize this kick build and actually outspin it a lot more. While we did get some nice kind of KOs back against it, it really was close, but I think Hover won by like 1 point, so I guess in a matchup like this, it's going to be kind of probably a trade-off where, in air quotes I'll say this, it's like 50-50 maybe, but I would probably maybe lean maybe a little bit more to Hover, because it's going to be a little bit hard to, I guess, knock it out, but it goes to show just how good Hover Wyvern actually is. Probably one of my favorite stuff to use for attack, except for the next option, which is actually Shark Scale. 450 low rush. Super short height attacker, so we're gonna see whether or not Shark just eats it up or if it survives. Still in rip. Brother! This is gonna be the most bullshit whenever you get this. That's so... yeah. 3, 2, 1, rip! 3, 2, 1, rip! 3, 2, 1, rip! Yeah, Scale just slaps the fuck out of Caliber here, so we're gonna speed it up.
Oh, come on.
3, 2, 1, rip! Rip. Yeah, so my goal here against launching Scale is trying to see whether or not I can just try to down smash it and hopefully just make it waste a lot of stamina, otherwise I'm screwed here. Yo, I think you jumped over me, that might actually do it. Unfortunate, the dream is dead. Rip! That's crazy, that's a crazy KO, that's a rip!
Contact yet.
3, 2, 1, rip!
Dude, this match is fucking gas, bro. Oh my god.
Yeah, if I maybe did a winder, I could have maxed out and not lost any time by outspin. It's okay. Alrighty now, unfortunately for this build, we tried our best, but the Mighty Shark prevails. Overall, what we did notice, and in general this is a little bit of a weakness to kick, is that I'm really struggling sometimes to try to get that right launch to avoid getting extremed or overed, because they did lose by that quite a bit. That did make it lose a lot of those points. While we did see a significant amount of outspins to it, this is gonna be a little bit of a struggle here. You're gonna have to really try to get out Shark or try to avoid it just so you can outspin it at the end. Which, speaking of which, what are my final thoughts on Samurai Caliber and its performance in this video? I would say if we're looking at Samurai Caliber right now, is this something that's gonna be a must-have if you're trying to get into Beyblade X, or in general if you're competitive? No, not really. While I think it does pretty nice, it's just something that I think performs very, very solid. Like, its overall win ratio for looking at this, pretty good. And I think across the board, in the context of who it faced, it didn't do that bad at all. I just think this is like a decent build. Decent. It does pretty good against a lot of the stamina and defensive stuff. Against some of the best attackers in Beyblade X is where you're gonna see maybe it's gonna be a little bit tricky to try to beat them. And if I were to plug this into like a tier list, which again, tier lists are obviously very subjective and not really meant to be taken that seriously, but I would probably say this is like decent power level. You know, we're talking like your Tyranno beats, your Golems. You know, I think maybe it has a little bit more stamina than both of them. Would you use this over maybe something like a Scorpio Spear, which is a balance bait that you could use on the similar build? You know, a Spear is a pretty good weight bully. You know, I think maybe Caliber just has the advantage of not toppling as easily and having some pretty good stamina. I think those are the pros for it. I would just say cons. I don't know if it has perfect defense, and I think it's decent attack, but not crazy enough for trade-offs. So I don't know, something like that, I guess. 670, I think, is just, again, it's like a filler ratchet. Like, I can't think of any case where you would want to use it, but it's there. 6 size does give good support to builds, but the burst risk is still kind of, you know, I don't know. And Merge, we already did a video with this on Valkyrie Blast, I'm pretty sure, and I'm not really a fan of Merge, so again, it's an alright release, you know, Blade's basically the main appeal. Alright, and also make sure to check out Pseudo, did the pretty cool TENKA art for the thumbnail. Leave a link in the description below. Yeah, on Twitter, I'm not calling it X. There's only one X, Beyblade X. That's what I'm gonna say. So that's kind of where I want to end off the video. What do you think? Of Samurai Caliber? What are the combinations that you like using with it? Do you have to use 670? I don't know. What are your thoughts on Merge? And that's gonna be it for this video. I want to say thank you all for watching. That's gonna be it for now. Take care and bye.